Hey, this is Aiden, and today I'm going to be doing a track guide around Road America in the Lmp2 with a fixed setup. So first, I'm just going to play this lap, and after we'll go more in depth of the braking zones uh, and stuff like that. So okay, so there's a lap. Now let's go back and let's look at it and let's analyze. So we're gonna go down to turn one, a very fast corner, very demanding on the tires. It's very easy to scrub them, and just the tire wear in this corner is generally very bad. But okay, so you're gonna be braking at the 3 cone, or just about the 3 cone, maybe a car length earlier. As you can see right here, I'm on the brakes, and it's still a bit before, but probably a car length before the 3 cone. You're gonna go down 3 gears, go down from sixth into third gear, and turn in right at this little curb on the left. So turn in, carry the speed, clip this grass slash gravel on the inside very slightly to get the rotation. But again, not any more than that, and you'll just lose the car and lose a bunch of time. Use all the track on the exit. Go up 2 gears on this little mini straight, and you're gonna go down the second. So from fifth all the way down the second. Brake before the 1 cone, right between the 2 and the 1. This is a good reference, this line right here, when you're looking at it in replay. However, in the car, as you can see here, it's very not noticeable. So you want to go down 3 gears. Ideally, you want to clip this inside right here. Clip the grass because it helps you gain rotation. And as you can see, I had to get out of the throttle because I didn't do this, unfortunately, on this lap. Uh, and track it out. Be careful not to get the off track. This is the very limit right here. On the off track is just one tire. Dip it in the grass uh, to maintain the speed, but don't get the off track. As we're heading down this first straightaway into the heaviest braking zone on the track of Road America. Uh, Here in this braking zone, I like to set up diagonally, so as we're going over this hill, I like to stay on the left side and migrate over to the right, because you could open the corner up uh, the most way possible this way. So Use all the track here. There is a slowdown about, see where this line gets thinner? It's just right here in the middle, and make sure not to get that. But you're gonna go from 6th gear to 1st gear, heavy braking, peak 90%, 90, 95 around, and oops, use this 2 cone or 2 board or the gravel as a braking zone, whichever one works for you. Go down to 1st gear, use this curb to the fullest potential. Left sides are just on the edge of the curb. However, if you do not want to use any more than this, because on the inside here where it gets lighter colored, there's a very big drop off, and you could kind of see it where the grass starts, and you just lose a bunch of time, a bunch of speed, and therefore a bunch of time there. Get steady on throttle, use all this, it's not off track. One of the trickiest braking zones on the track, you don't have a braking reference. So let's go to cockpit cam. You just have to brake based off feeling, and because the revs are so low, because you're going uphill, you want to downshift as soon as you lift slash brake. You want to downshift from 3rd to 2nd to keep the revs high and therefore the speed and momentum high. Turn in, use all this curb here on the inside, track out. Again, this is the very limit for the off track. Don't use more than this, but you could dip 1 tire in the grass and that's it. Flat out here, use all this curb, get all the way on the inside, get a nice angle, square it up, and on this curb there's a big drop off here, or it's the opposite of the corner, 2 corners before. It's more like it's a high elevation, not a drop off. But you will lose time, so do not use this. Do not go on it. You want to stay well clear of that. Down to one of my least favorite braking zones on the track, because this corner, it's off camber. It's very easy to scrub the tires and just drift out slightly wide and lose those 1 or 2 tenths to make that perfect lap. So you want to start in 5th gear. You're going to go down to 2nd, use all this curb. For the braking zone, the braking reference is right before this two board, about car length and a half before. And you want to go down to, use all this curb right here, go down to 5th, down to 2nd, track out. Again, don't use more than this because this will be off track then. And anyway, you don't want to use it because you lose momentum, so just use a bit. But again, you could put this 1 tire out on the grass slash gravel, and no harm. Down to one of the most famous corners, the carousel. Right as you go down here, you will see where this little asphalt on the right gets a bit wider. That's when you want to lift. Right after that, you want to lift right after that, and it ends right here. And right after it ends, about 1 second about, you want to get to the throttle right here, and you go down to 3rd gear, throttle it, go up to 4th, use all the track on exit, and it's just flat up until Canada corner. Down to Canada corner, for the braking, you could use either or right here. I like to use this little green patch, or you could use the 3 board, but again, I like to use where the grass is more discolored. And you're peaking 95%. Use all the track on entry. You go down from 6th to 2nd gear, and you want to clip the inside because it helps you gain rotation. Don't use more, you will get off track. Don't use more than this. Throttle it, get a nice square exit. You dip one tire once again, and this is just flat up until the last corner. This corner, very important to not scrub again like many others on this track. You want to use the pavement change as the braking reference, and you're gonna go peak braking 70% about. You're gonna go from fifth to second, and make sure not to steer out left here onto this little patch too much, because that will just cause understeer on the turn in, because this is not actual turn, this is just braking. So brake straight line, turn in right here, like about right before it ends. You're gonna be in second gear. Use all this track right till the very edge of the curb, and throttle it. You're gonna use a bit of this gravel on exit, and go up through the gears. And yeah, that is a lap of Road America. I hope you learned something from this video, and maybe you could use it on track. Just don't do it against me. Alright, peace.